All right. Hey, happy Sunday, everyone. And I'm working on my pack. You can see them. Let me get out of the way. The horsebow blanks to satisfy the purchases. I really need to say a couple things. First of all, I'm going to do an article that I'm going to submit to Primitive Archer. Hopefully, they'll put it in there on these blanks, and it'll include pictures of me rounding the back and shaping them. Shape them before you fire harden them. That's the safest way to do it. Uh, and finishing sinew backing the whole 9 yards. But I'm going to hold off on that because once it's in there and then it starts getting talked about in the forums and stuff like that, my sales are going to increase. I'm going to do well on that. I'm pretty sure of it. Whether or not it's the buy two for $120 plus shipping and get one free, or just singly a blank for $60. And also, I could also include, if you want, like as a kit, the sinew, the string, the hide glue, the whole 9 yards. But I need to hold off on doing an article because time-wise, because I have a day job, I need to hold off on that because I don't want to get, slammed by sales and then people have to wait forever. So I'm going to hold off on that. Also, I have to go to the big city. And I usually do that on my weekends off, and I get every other weekend off. And so, time is at a premium, and so I won't have time to get more material. I'm out of boards. So it would be a couple of weeks before I would be able to, from this point, Sunday, December, I don't know what the date is. It'd be a couple of weeks before I could produce more. Just saying. But in the meantime, I can work on actually finishing my commission bows. And then I've got two snake bows. I'm going to fire harden these and then rig up with a 2x4 that's been cut with the curves to fire harden reflexes into them. Same thing, fire harden and reflex my paddle bow. I have a couple D-bow blanks. I'm going to work on that until I get more boards for bows. But there was Kismet. There was Kismet involved in yesterday. One of the people that bought a buy two, get one for free, previous customer, included his postal money order with this picture. Isn't that brilliant? I need to sort out the tips on that. There's a little bump on that upper tip. I need to figure out what that is. Because I will give the painter of this original painting the benefit of the doubt, know that they were very good with details. And that bow looked like that bow. A little tiny shorty. Maybe it's a horn bow, horn and sinew. Maybe not. Maybe it's choke cherry. Maybe it's after Osage made it to that part of the country. We shall see. We shall see. But I'm gonna take that shape and add that to my repertoire of horse bows I'm selling. I'm going to increase the length a little bit, because it's red oak. But yeah, I like it. But getting back to Kismet, I did not measure twice and cut once. So I have one that's shorter than the other ones, 46. And so I asked him, do you want a 46-incher included in your 2-for-1? He said, sure. Why not? I texted him, got that response. He said yes. And then I opened his envelope and saw this. And then I got right back and said, hey, it's Kismet, which means a fortunate coincidence, if you're not familiar with that word. Do you want me to shape that 46-incher? Because I didn't do the handle yet. I wasn't going to do the handle at all. You want me to shape it into that bow? And he's like, sure. So we'll see how that comes out. Mine looks like it's a little narrower than that one, but I can still get that basic shape and get the shape of the handle because this one does have a narrowed handle. It just has different shaped shoulders. And so doing a custom one, kind of a prototype, just to see how it works. It's going to be a cool bow. Now, I also said, in the case of that bow, what I would do with the red oak is I would fire harden it, not heat shape it. Now, because of the taper, there's a possibility, because of the heat and the changing of the wood, that when it heat shapes, it's not going to be just kind of an even shape. This deflex was caused by the fire hardening. And that's not soot, that's actually a nice even layer of fire hardening. That because of the taper, you're probably going to get a little deflex, and then it's going to deflex more in the tips, which will match that. And just live with it. You don't have to have a bow that's got reflex. You know, if you look at a lot of native bows, they have set. And sometimes if you're looking at Comanche bows, it looks like they intentionally deflexed it in a portion of the limbs because they were very short bows, very highly stressed, self bows. You know, it's possible that they put that little doink of deflex in on purpose just to protect the bow. And it could be that with that one, maybe possibly. Again, I don't know if it's a horn bow. Now to finish this up, you're actually going to see me at work because I'm taking my pile of horsebow blanks, and it's not necessary, but you know, go that extra mile. I'm smoothing and sanding any tool mark out of the belly. And plus, I love sanding. Sanding is therapeutic. That's about it. I use 80 grit. In this case, I'm not using my flexible eraser for, it's not flexible because it's cold, eraser for an orbital disc sander. I'm using a wooden sanding block. What's interesting with 80 grit sandpaper, the workhorse, in my opinion, of sandpaper, is that sometimes it seems like this one, which allows you to go around corners and stuff better, but it also seems to take material off faster than a wooden sanding block. But, you know, I might be fooling myself. But that's the process. That's where I am right now, and then I'm gonna clean up the edges. I've got the marks on there and stuff like that. And hopefully I'll be able to finish these things up, getting them packed, making bowstrings, for one, because one fellow ordered the 2, get 1 for free. And he also wanted 3 bowstrings and tendons, like kits. And so hopefully I can get those things all done, along with finally finishing that flat bow, the Osage and sinew-backed one. As far as what I had to chatter about, check the description of this video. I saw a video this morning. I saw some cool ones. I saw another scam fish. This woman threw away $200,000 on a guy that she thought was like an oil rig worker and had to pay for a broken piece of equipment. And she was involved in this romance scam for like 2 years. Okay, that was my guilty pleasure for the day. But then I went and I was watching bow videos and I saw one, not primitive, it's traditional, but this guy took something and transformed it, and it's really, really cool. And the link to that is in, again, the description of this video. It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. That's all. I'm just going to keep sanding. Thank you for watching.